Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new and do not know me, my name is CatttyG and I also go by Cat. I just moved to Miami in January of 2022, coming from Charlotte, where I moved from New York to Charlotte. And I'm in my new apartment, if anyone was wondering about this new location. And it only took me 4 months to finally lock down a place here in Miami and call it my own. And the only reason why it took 4 months is because of this very video that I'm making. And that is because I was scammed of $12,000 on Ocean Drive in Miami. And this happened back in December, right after all that I explained to you in the last 2 videos. So this was right after my bad trip, and I was in a very vulnerable state of mind, and I needed answers. I needed answers to the questions that were all in my head, and the craziest thing happened and how it happened, and I can't wait to get into it. Please stick with me. This is a crazy story. You're watching Real Moments with CatttyG. Stay tuned and thank you for watching. So before I get into the story, I just want to start off by saying I'm not made of money. Everything that I worked for, I worked very hard for. So everything you see in my life was never given to me. So for me to talk about how I was scammed of $12,000, that was literally $12,000 of my own hard working money. And I got over it. And December, January, February, March, April, May. It's taking me 5 months to finally talk about it and open up and be vulnerable with you on this situation. But here I am. I'm going to talk about it. I'm over it. I'm not sitting in it. I know I'm going to get it 10 times, 100 times, a million times back. No problem. I'm happy it happened to me with only 12 grand and not when I have 12 million. So thank you, God, for that learning lesson, but also karma is up. So I'm just gonna get into it. So again, yes, at the time I was with my best friend, Julia. She is actually moving in with me into this new apartment in 2 weeks. She's moving from New York. We grew up together in New York, went to the same high school. Literally, we're inseparable, and she decided to come live with me out in Miami. So it's gonna be a party, a good party, not a destructive, toxic party like you see in the clubs here. It's gonna be great. Very excited, but I was with her, of course, my best friend at the time, and she tried to talk me out of it, and obviously I wasn't listening. But we were together on Ocean Drive in Miami, walking down, you know, that strip of all the restaurants. It's literally the strip with the restaurants and then the beach right across. Literally everyone's on it. It's during Art Basel week, to make it even better. And we're just walking down the strip, and this lady approaches me. She's like, older lady, not too old, like in early 40s, tan. She comes up to me and she's like, I really need to talk to you. She's like, I'm reading your energy, like, can we sit down, And at the time, me and my friend Julia, we were looking for somewhere to eat. So I was just like, yeah, come with me, sit down with us, you know, and you know, you can say whatever you have to say there. And don't get me wrong, I don't let anyone read me, but she had, again, one, I was very vulnerable. 2, I don't come from a city of scammers or a town of scammers, so I didn't know Miami was literally the city of scammers. So be very careful when you're out there in these streets. But she approached me. She's like, I need to talk to you. So long story short, we went to we found a restaurant, we sat, whatever. She came, she sat with us. And she's like, I need to talk to you. And this is a psychic. And I know what you're already thinking, like, oh my God, you got scammed by a psychic, but hear me out. And by the way, I have this all on recording. Like, you don't think that I didn't press record right when she sat down. Don't think I didn't press record. And the fact that I was scammed of $12,000, you know, we met the next day for me to give her the money. So you know I recorded that conversation too. So I have all the receipts that I can show to you guys. So like this video, comment, and I will release that to you if you do want to see the proof, because I have it. But going back to my story, she sits down, she looks at me, she's like, you're an old soul, beautiful energy, whatever, the obvious, you know. But then she says, you are carrying so much negative, dark energy with you at such a young age. And to me, I'm like, yes, but you know, I'm getting through it. I'm trying to learn and heal, whatever. And she's like, it's not something that you can do. It's something that was brought onto you. She says, you have a family generational curse. And then in my mind, in my vulnerable state, everything just made sense. Because growing up, I didn't have the greatest upbringing. I grew up very poor. My mom always struggled. My mom was a single mom of 4 kids. Very sad. Like, yeah. It was hard. So when she said that, it hit me. And I was like, wow, like, it makes sense, because my mom never caught a break. My dad never caught a break, even though, like, he was the toxic link to my mom that caused all the pain. But even him, like, his soul, whatever, like, there's so many missing parts, especially not with my mom and dad, but like my aunts and uncles, and just there's stuff in my family where you're just like, how? Like, why is there no success? Like, you see the women in my family working so hard all day, all night. Every single woman in my family works so hard. Nothing was ever given to them. And I'm just sitting here like thinking, like, someone had to have figured it out by now. Like, why does none of this make sense? Like, why are we still working so hard? Like, I don't understand. So once she said family generational curse, she got me. She got me. And the more she said, the more it started to really match up with my family history story. And we do have a story in my family that was passed down of my great-great-grandfather. And when she started talking about the family generational curse and how it started and whatever, it sounded, if not exactly the same of the story that was carried down in my family. So once she started bringing that up, that's when I was really shook. I was like, and this is not a story you can just make up. This is like some detailed, like, she's picking the right, like, crazy shit, you know? So my mind's blown. And this is the first time I'm really getting the full details of everything. And then at the end of everything, she's like, I want to help you. She says, we have to light a certain amount of candles, and each candle's $1,000, and you know, we need to pay extra, so because I need to do extra work so the negative energy doesn't jump. And trust me, I'm very spiritual. I believe in all of this stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like, I really believe that she was genuinely honest with me, and she was telling me what I was praying about, what I needed to hear. On this other note, I do not believe that it was worth $12,000. But anyways, so when she said the cost and the process, I had to think about it. I thought about it, and I paid her. I gave her all of my money. That was all my money. I gave it all to her. And because I was like, if I'm gonna invest in anything, it's gonna be investing myself, because this was the time back in December where my whole world was kind of turned upside down. You know, I went through a bad acid trip, and I hate to say that, but I did. That's what switched my perspective. That's what opened and woke my mind up to the conditioned society and the conditioned lifestyle that we're taught to live, and I'm not about that anymore. And that was me waking up to that, and I just needed answers. I needed answers, and she was finally the only one to give me answers. So I was very appreciative of her, and I did it. I said, God, I'm gonna pay her. I know this money's coming back to me a million times more. Just please, 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 please help me. Help me get rid of this curse. I need help. So the next day, you know, I met up with her, went to the bank, gave her cash, just, here, take it. And that was it. And that was it. That was it. That was it. And I'm not gonna go to the police. I'm not gonna file a police report because I did receive clarification about a month ago. And for those who watched my video, I think it was my last video. I posted a recording with one of my a person that I go to talk with about my life, and his name is Psychic Ed, and I trust him. He's in Charlotte. He's a medium, and I work with him very closely. My aunt saw him in Charlotte, and I told my family about this, by the way. I didn't tell them that I was scammed of $12,000. So if they watch this, or if they see this title, my mom, number one, is gonna kill me. Oh God, but two, I told my family like the story because I wanted them to know our family generational curse, you know, whoa. And by the way, everyone was super supportive. Like my aunt, my mom's sister was like, oh my gosh, I should go buy candles. Like, and she actually went and bought candles, probably $10, and did the same, whatever. But she went to Psychic Ed, and she was like, she told him the whole story, and he didn't pick up on anything because he said that he doesn't channel like the deep trauma. He only channels what comes up. He doesn't like dig. So he channeled, and he said that, and I believe him 110,000%. No bullshit. And he said there was in fact a family generational curse. And he said it's been broken. He said it's been there. I didn't see it because I didn't dig, but it was there. But he said it's gone. I gave myself the chills. So it's like, did I get scammed? Did I really get scammed of $12K? Or did I really invest the $12K back into myself and break that family generational curse? Yeah. Let me know what you think. Do you think I was scammed of $12K, or do you think, you know, we broke the curse, you know? And I can definitely post the audio of her saying my family, you know what? I'm gonna attach the audio of her talking about the family generational curse, like that little snippet.
Your great-great-grandfather was involved with somebody very dark, very treacherous, and very evil, okay? This woman that he was involved with was never involved with anyone prior than him, was a virgin when they first met. This woman did not have a career or a job. She leaned on him. Do you understand? Back in this day, they did not have the modern technology that they have today to conceive. Do you understand? This woman was not able to get pregnant whatsoever. He tried and tried to remain with her, but he wanted children and he wanted a family. She had gifts.
Do you know if this is on my...
This is on your mom's side, okay? She had gifts. She had intuitions, as I do. But the thing is this, when you have a spiritual gift, and if you do not know how to interact with it, you go in a dark place. I grew up in church. So because I grew up in church, I felt the Holy Spirit. And my gift was to help others. She grew up in a negative environment, a negative home. Everything was just completely dark. Okay? okay? So therefore, she was not able to control her powers, which led her into a negative direction. She did not want him to be happy when he walked out on her. She did not want him to suffer either, but he was very quickly involved with someone new and very quickly impregnated her. Again, in these times, you were either a slave as a woman, a maid, a chef, something in that sort. She didn't want to do that. So she lived homelessly, excuse me what I say, and she sacrificed certain elements to create a darkness upon him and his family. She sacrificed, I know this sounds crazy, a goat's ear, not to hear.
A what?
Goat. A goat's ear, not to hear clearly. A pig's tongue, not to speak clearly. And a sheep's eye, not to see clearly. Do you understand me? It's like black magic voodoo type stuff. I've never actually dealt with animal sacrifices before because I've never seen that before.
I hate that.
You're aware of these things?
Yeah, I hate that. It's disgusting.
Okay, well,
I feel like it's demonic.
that's exactly what it is. In that timing, she lit 9 black candles. Each candle that was lit for one generation of women to suffer. So it's either you're going to suffer in the financial aspect, because those are the basic 2 things that everybody wants. It's finances and love. That's why you either have money or you have a relationship. You haven't been able to have both. It's always been that way for you. And even though you're young, like I told you yesterday, you started off very young on your own, working your ass off. You've seen tragic situations run through your family. Cancer and depression runs very strong in your family's bloodline. Do you understand?
Depression?
I've seen that this darkness that you contain, this is the second aspect of it. The 9 candles she lit for each generation, yes. When she placed this curse, what happens when you place the curse, Catherine, is that negativity goes upon you 10 times more true. Do you understand? It was too strong at one time. She died very shortly after. Okay? When she died, her spirit did not go to heaven or hell or purgatory. It remained on earth. What happens to a spirit when it remains on earth, it becomes confused. When it becomes confused, it becomes more demonic. This woman was already demonic to begin with. You understand what I'm saying? Her spirit attaches to the person that she wants to trigger. That's why, Captain, I don't mean to, affect you in any way. There's times you look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself, or your energy, or you feel good in the moment and then instantly, it's kind of like bipolar for you. You gotta go through ups and downs. A therapist is not going to be able to indicate what the source of the problem is, right? Mm-hmm. Your family's generation tried removing this curse by placing it on you. So when they did that, what happens when you do something wrong to someone?
Karma.
You understand? That's the second aspect. The third aspect is when your mother and father conceived you, a seed of this negativity was implanted inside of you. Your mother had difficulties during your birth. You're aware of that? You died 3 seconds in your mother's womb. And it was only 3 seconds, but it was the longest 3 seconds in the world. You weren't meant to survive. A spirit of an angel kissed you and awoke you. When the spirit awoke in you, you received a gift from God. The gift that you were able to see was colors and vibration and auras, and to pick up on energy from people. To steer you out of a negative place. You've never truly been in love. You've been in lust.
And if you want more, like, comment, and I'll post more just so you guys can literally follow me the whole ride along. Yeah, but that was it, didn't call the cops. I don't even know if the name she gave me is her real name. That's how these people work. So, because she wouldn't, I was like, can I take a picture with you? No pictures. Someone said that should have been my first clue. So, me, I guess I am naive when it comes to, when it comes to people's agendas, because I don't have any hidden agendas. But I guess I gotta start thinking like that. It's so messed up. Anyways, but yeah, so never saw that money again. And that's why it took me 4 months to finally get, 5 months, if not, to get me into my place here, because, you know, I had to work until I can save that money, until I can put a deposit down, until I can move in here. So it took me time, but now I'm here. Thank God I have such an amazing job. Shout out Seabold Building, Miami downtown. Watch Bucks, if you're into luxury watches, Rolexes, APs, Cardi, please come visit me. We buy, sell, trade. So if you're into that game, I am too. Let me know what's up. But yeah, thank God for my job. And thank God for my positive attitude, because that could have really broke me and brought down my dream of coming and living here in Miami. So yeah, that's how I scammed of $12,000 right under my feet. And I just want to say, these months from January until now have been the hardest months of my life. Like, Miami has broken me. I've never worked, and I work hard. Like, in Charlotte, I was living rent-free as a social director, and I had my full-time job with a real estate firm. Like, I was working 2 jobs, living rent-free. I had a perfect life. I wasn't happy. I knew I had to move to Miami. I love the energy, I love the people, whatever. So I left, stopped everything just to move here, you know, and that happened in December, and, you know, it should have discouraged me. It should have been like, no, I'm staying in Charlotte, but I picked right back up. I didn't let it bring me down, and I thank God for that. And so I guess I'm just finally like recognizing that. Thank you, God. And I am proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. So I'm not proud that I was scammed with $12,000, because I could really use that right now, but I'm not holding anything to it. It's just money. It's just energy that it's flowing back to me abundantly. So, thank you if you stayed this long. That's how I was scammed with $12,000. In my next YouTube video, I'm really going to be talking about how these last months up until now really have affected me emotionally, mentally, physically. What happened, where I was staying within those months, what I was doing within those months up until now, and all of that. So I want to give you a life update on that. For the first 2 weeks that I moved to Miami, I was literally living in my car, and that most people don't know that. So I just want to shed light onto my situation that might look perfect. It's everything but perfect, but we're here. We're here. That's all I can ask. I'm a crybaby. I'm a good emotional crybaby. But thank you for sticking around this long. Again, my name is CatttyG. I go by Cat. Please reach out to me if you need anything, or if you have any questions, comments, DM me, follow me on Instagram. I'm always there. I'm always reachable. And I hope you guys have such an amazing month of May. May's for blessings, new beginnings, new money, new energy. May, this is going to be such an amazing month. It's going to be a life-changing month. Me, for you, for everyone. And this is 2022, and we're only going to go up from here. So thank you for watching. This is Real Moments with CatttyG, and thank you. Woo!